Hey everyone, it's Friday and I think it's time for a little doodle exercise to calm our nerves and reset ourselves for just dealing with life on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to share with you today a doodle tip that is going to give you a little idea on how you can use just a pen and paper and drawing lines, simple lines, and a couple of words maybe, if that feels like something you want to do, that you can use as a practice and an exercise to get calm and also just to get real with yourself and see where you're at. And I've been talking to a lot of my students and friends, and it sounds like a lot of people are really needing places to reset their nervous systems, including myself. I've had issues with my back the last 6 months, and the biggest message that's been coming through to me is that I need to slow down, I need to stop, I need to pause more often. And it's not that I am moving too fast, it's more that I am thinking too fast. If you're someone like me who's kind of got a million ideas, you want to be in on everything, you say yes to everything, you have this real deep urge to be involved, to help people, you've got your own responsibilities and demands where you are already helping and looking after and taking care of people, it may be that you are completely exhausted and feeling a little bit fried and frazzled. And so these doodle tips that I have been offering last year and haven't done so this year can really be a therapy for yourself in a way, a little moment where you can just pause and find where you're at, really just to deeply connect with what are you really feeling. We had our inflow painting session yesterday, and one of our students really felt like as she started to painting, she started to feel really sad and emotional, and the tears flowed and the tears came, and that's all good because it's cleansing and healing. But at the same time, it was the act of making the marks and playing with the paint that stirred up the emotion. And she said she didn't realize just how sad she was feeling. And this allowed her, gave her space to recognize and see how sad she's feeling and really feel the feeling. And when we can do that and really look at how we are truly feeling, not covering it up, not hiding beneath it, not staying busy in order to distract ourselves from what we're really feeling, then there's a real opportunity for healing to take place in a very gentle, tender, and nurturing way. And for me, this is my message this year. It's all about gentleness. It's all about doing things gently, but also thinking about myself in a gentle way and treating myself with gentleness. Anyway, it's time to do some doodling, so let me turn my camera around and let's get started. Right, so what you're going to be doing is creating something with lines, and it doesn't have to be artistic. It is just about repetitive lines and creating patterns if you want to, but also you can just do it in straight stripes. So grab your nearest pen and just begin. You could take a line anywhere on the page, and it doesn't have to be straight. It could be wobbly. It can be really wobbly if you've got the shakes, right? But what you want to do is just follow the line and follow the line and allow the energy in your hand to guide you. Allow your pen and your hand to become the magic making tools, not your mind. Let your eyes watch what you're doing, so you keep your spaces as even as you can, just because that is kind of calming. This repetitive pattern making has a real calming effect on the nervous system. Notice if your breath gets any softer. I like to play with waves and curves, but anything can do. You could make a whole page of straight lines if you want to. And just let your pen do its thing. Doing this in silence is really good. music is great, but music influences your mind and your energy. So if you can find a silent time to do this for yourself in any time of your day, just repeating the lines. And when you do this often and a lot, you'll start to notice that you can actually create shapes and shadows almost. See how this line goes like this? It looks like it's something three-dimensional, or a piece of fabric or water that's actually got a wave in it. And it happened by accident, not because I was trying to make it like that. So it becomes fun when you... Oh, I'm drawing off the camera. It becomes fun when you can really just allow yourself to play and breathe. And that's really all it takes, is just following the lines. Notice your breath. Notice your body. Can you now soften and relax into it even more? Allow your hand to be soft while you're making the lines. Of course, I've done this for many, many years, and so maybe I get the lines a little bit more even. And I don't know what it's like to do this for the first time. Maybe it feels stressful in some way, but let your hand just be soft. It doesn't matter if your lines are not even and they kind of go all over the place and they become more wobbly. That's just another way of doing it, right? You can't get this wrong. There's no right way. There's no wrong way. And the aim is just to do this for the process so that you can reset and come back to just recognizing where you are at, pausing. There's magic that happens when your pen meets paper, whether you're writing or drawing. There's a transference of energy from your body into an expression of something. And it doesn't need to mean anything, and it doesn't need to look like anything. It's just the act of doing it has a healing effect. And so if you want to, while you're doing this, thoughts might be going through your head. So you might be having thoughts around, oh, this feels good, or maybe you want to ask yourself a question like, what do I need to know? Why am I so tired? Or why am I so stressed? Or why am I so irritable? Or what am I feeling? And then you can add some words into the piece wherever you want to. So I happen to have a gap here. The message that I have been really receiving from my intuition very recently is I need to slow down. So I'm going to write here, be slow, because slowing down is fine, but if I think about be slow, it's like, oh, I want to start moving like a snail. So I'm going to be slow in my essence, in my body. Can I slow down even the way I'm making these lines? But it could be anything for you. What word, what phrase, what mantra is popping into your awareness now as you are doing this? And how can you write it into the space? Another one for me is gentleness. I'm going to write be gentleness, not be gentle. I'm going to write be gentleness. Maybe it should be slowness. And you can just keep creating so that you can move through your day with more ease, more flow, more slowness and more gentleness. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope that you will continue to use these practices. If you've enjoyed them, do share or tag me or share with me. I'd love to see what you're doing, but more than that, I want to know how this affects your nervous system. Take care and have a beautiful weekend.